Don't you love when Valentine's Day rolls around? The best way for us to show that we love a spouse is by spending money? And as men, we always get the shaft. We never get anything dope for us. We either get socks, bribed with possible sex, and then have a headache randomly, a tie for those who work in a corporate environment, sweats, leggings, maybe a pair of sneakers if you're lucky. But how often do men get jewelry from their spouses? I'll wait. I think it's time that we start treating ourselves to our own Valentine's Day gift. So in this video, I'm bringing Valentine's Day back to us. I wanted to get another piece of jewelry, but with the advancements in technology, I wanted to design it using AI. So with the assistance of a couple of AI tools, primarily ChatGPT, I went in and wanted to design something crazy, and in collaborating with Twiz the jeweler and myself, we came together and we designed what I think is the biggest FU ring that you can ever imagine. Let's roll map and music so we can see what AI designed with the help of a jeweler.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Listen, one of my beautiful peoples, you know who it is. It's your boy, C to the U to the B to A. So let me give you a little bit of a backstory to see how I got here. If you don't know, or if you don't follow me on Instagram, my Instagram information will be in the description below, as I've been tapping into the lab diamond space and actually selling some lab diamond custom pieces. Now, I've developed a nice network of jewelers, manufacturers, wholesalers that I've dealt with, and I've been selling a good amount of pieces at a very competitive price point, especially wedding rings, engagement rings, wedding rings that comes along with suffering. I mean, think about it. In the Latino community, our wife is called esposa. Esposa translates to handcuffs. We're fucked. So this is why the jewelry game is kind of difficult to navigate, especially if you don't have money and you have connections, you can kind of play with it. But the fact is, I was in the process of coordinating a ring with a client and he ended up pulling out. What happened was, allegedly, the engagement broke off. I think it's complete BS, but it is what it is, and I got stuck with a crazy IGI certified lab stone measuring over 5.30 carats. So here is the specifications of that stone. It's 5.30 carats, G color VS1, modified brilliant cuts. So it is a certified stone with all the specs, and I got stuck with this stone, and I'm like, all right, let me just design another ring and sell this gargantuan ring to some happy New Jersey housewives in the lab setting. Lab diamonds have been exploding in popularity because of the cost savings, the identical DNAs, and the fact is the majority of us want to ball on a budget, and with uncertain economies, you're losing money on everything anyway, so why not get the best you possibly can with a real diamond that isn't earth mined? So as Team Lab Diamond, I said, let me do a fuck you ring. And to go along with my personality, obnoxious, let's do a pinky ring. So I was struggling with design ideas. I want it to be very different. Whenever I make a jewelry piece, I want it to be very different from anything else that I see. And if it is in the same bubble, it has to have its own twist, my own flair to it. So I pulled up ChatGPT and I typed in men's ring designs for a 5.30 carat radiant cut stone. It gave me a few different design options, and one in particular definitely stood out to me as far as classy look and traditionalism, but it needed a little extra flair, and I didn't know what to put on that flair. And then I was looking at one of my wedding rings, and I always liked the traditional plain band, but on the inner edge of the ring have the diamond stones on both sides, having that beautiful accented piece, that slight subtle flex. Now in this ring there is nothing subtle, so one of the monsters that I deal with and I've collaborated with on the channel is Twiz the jeweler, and I pitched him my idea. I showed him the AI rendering. He laughed his ass off. He's like, 100% we could do it. And then I told him, but I want to add this aspect to it to make it pop and make it completely Cubano and my own. He's like, let's go. But in typical Cubano fashion, I need to save $1. So I went with 10 karat yellow gold. I wanted it flash plated up because it's a super opulent ring. So without further ado, here is the collaboration between ChatGPT, Twiz the jeweler, and Uncle Cuba. We have a 5.30 carat pinky ring, aka guarded. Yeah. High polish finish will absolutely get scratched immediately. Look at the size of that monster stone. And here are the diamond accent edges that Uncle Cuba put together with Twiz the jeweler in design. This is a massive ring. Now what we did was the center stone is the IGI certified 5.30 radiant cut. Super clean, it's like a pure ice crystal. And the ones on the side, we decided to go a little bit different. The side ones are not CVD, they're HPHT diamonds. Why did we choose HPHT diamonds? Because they hit harder. They hit harder than CVDs, as the technology used for HPHT is similar to the earth mine diamond as far as it being high pressure, high temp. So I don't know how well the camera can pick it up, and if you can see, it's hunting for focus because of the shine of these stones. Now the inside of the ring, I left it open. Most people would do a cage, they can do it completely solid. It's all within your budget, and I wasn't trying to go absolutely crazy. I'm not rich. I just wanted to do something fun with a stone that got left over, and this is the idea that we came up with. This is a bowling on a budget ring, fam. This is trying to make the best of what you got with what you got. So here's what it looks like on hand, and I think it came out absolutely legendary. It's a big fuck you looking ring, and when you think about it, you have an actual diamond, not earth mine, it is lab, still a diamond, with labs on the side in 10 karat gold, plated up. You don't have to get it plated up, you can do it however you want. I wanted to do plate up with a super high finish. Initially we were gonna go with satin, but satin is just as bad as this high polish, because once you get that one scratch on satin, you up the whole ring. They're gonna have to re-satin finish it just because of that one scratch, as opposed to this, you can get like a polishing cloth and kind of buff it out, as long as it's not too fucking bad. The stone setting is absolutely beautiful, sealed off completely at the edges. There's no shake, there's no rattle, there's no loose stone issue. Now the side stone, you see that they're very pronounced. You see how they go 360 degree around, and it's on both sides. It is a statement piece. It is a wow factor. It is an eye-catching gift that men should give themselves. I think traditionally speaking, the pinky ring is one of those things that just screamed of opulence and success and sometimes street mentality, which is what I have. Now I have several pinky rings, including the one that you guys have seen that I collaborated with Gus Villa, which is the green one. Wanna talk about conversation piece? That pinky ring, along with another one that I got made by DJI, those have been such icebreakers in conversations with other gentlemen in proper rooms, because they either think it's stupid looking, crazy looking, artistic look, anything to spark a conversation, and that has opened up several doors of relationships that I never would have had. Same thing with certain watches. With certain watches, it starts the conversation of, oh, I love that watch. Boom, you're building a rapport. With the ring, it's usually like, yo, look at the size of that, or look at the color. What the hell is that? Boom, icebreaker happens. It happens also with luxury vehicles as well. Rarely does somebody see a Gucci t-shirt and be like, yo, I love the t-shirt. By the way, that's not a thing that really has happened, at least not to me. You know, some motherfuckers wear $7,000 Gucci belts or Hermes belts or whatever, and nobody's gonna go looking at your dick like, hey, nice belt, my name is... So for me, this is a conversational piece. It's a big fuck you piece. It shows my opulence, my gaudiness, but also shows creativity and craziness. And the fact that I'm tapping in a little bit more on the jewelry side in the sales aspect, this is a conversation piece, because then I can say, yeah, I can get you one built just like this. And now you can too. So if you want to do the AI Cubaknow Twiz collaboration, he can absolutely make this happen for y'all too. I'll put his information in the description. You can tell him, yo, I want that Cubaknow ring, and he'll price it out for you depending on the specifications that you want. In this case, it is 10 karat yellow gold and a 5.30 stone. You can pick stone size, stone color, your specific carat, if you want it plated or not plated, if you want it completely solid. The possibilities are endless within your budget. But can it be done? It can absolutely be done. But here is pretty much what I would consider the prototype, the model piece, and something that's fun using today's technology and a little old school ingenuity and thought process. So the cons on this ring: one, the high polish finish. It's gonna get scuffed, it's gonna get scratched, your hand's on the table, any hairline scratch, super visible, you're gonna see that. Another thing, the way that diamond is, if you bang it hard enough, it could actually loosen the stone. It is a possibility. With certain things like that in these types of settings, it is a possibility. You can chip a corner, it can loosen the stone. I'm just keeping it a stack. This is things that happen when something is in a hand. We wave our hands, we do this, we slap against the door. You know how many times you walk into a door and just go boom by mistake and you're like, ah, fuck my watch. Can happen with the ring too. Be careful when opening car doors. You might scrape the shit out of the door. It is a diamond. Diamond will cut fucking everything. But essentially, this is something that you walk around and tell motherfuckers, kiss the ring, bitch. So I think the piece came out stellar, beautiful. My wife thought it was absolutely psychotic. Everybody who I showed the ring to is in awe and thinks what the rest of y'all are thinking. That's a real asshole piece, super loud. And the majority of the people when I'm wearing it are gonna be like, this dude is wearing the fakest ring possible. Perfect. It's fun to be a little loud. Let me know what you guys think of the ring. Do you think it's cool? Do you think it's super tacky? Either way, I love it. But if you're looking to get your own custom ring made by Twiz the jeweler, feel free to reach out to me or reach out to him directly, and we can absolutely make it happen to your taste and to your desired specs. Team Lab Diamond is here. I love y'all mother suckers from the heart. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all bitches next time. You know who it is, biggest in the game. Moochers?
For the fly gun holder, money folder, Motorola start tack when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.